Here's what's coming today on the Woodworking Network podcast.
It means that we got a lifeline of cash to be able to continue to ramp up the facility.
Welcome to this episode of the Woodworking Network podcast. Join us as we explore the business of woodworking, big and small, and what it takes to succeed. I'm Will Sampson. Today's episode is sponsored by 3M Xtract. We'll be talking some more with the executive chairman of CalPlant, a company making an innovative new board product made from rice straw and called Eureka MDF. But first, I want to talk about the power of pivoting. Setting goals and reaching them are two different things. Dreaming up where you want to be is easy, but it takes a combination of careful planning and perseverance to actually reach those goals. I'm fond of the Prussian military strategist Karl von Clausewitz's advice. Every plan is a good one until the first shot is fired. If nothing else, the pandemic has taught us that we must be creative and flexible as circumstances can change dramatically in an instant to put our well-thought-out plans into complete disarray. Sometimes when we are forced to quickly change direction, the solution gives us an even better result than we had planned for in the first place. Establishing goals is good, but fixating on them and on a particular path to the goal can create trouble. I've taken a number of wilderness survival courses, and as a young newspaper reporter, I covered a fair number of cases of missing hikers or hunters. In the classes, I learned that fixating on a specific goal can easily get you into trouble as you try to reach a certain destination despite losing daylight or good weather. In the missing hiker or hunter stories, often that's exactly what happened. The person just had to get somewhere, even though the trail was harder than they thought, or the directions were not so clear. Then they got disoriented and lost their way until the rescue crews found them. I once covered a story in which a prominent local politician's teenage son took his girlfriend on a four-wheel drive adventure in the snow in the Sierra foothills of Northern California. When they didn't return on time, a search was organized. Rescuers found the teens and the truck stuck in snow with not enough traction. Rescuers just lowered the tire pressure a bit to increase the grip and drove the truck right out. I commented to the politician, Dad, that it was too bad his son didn't know that trick. He laughed and said, No, if he did, he just would have gotten stuck farther up the trail. When we fixate on a particular goal and path, we also lose sight of potential opportunities that might crop up along the way. Some of those opportunities might be even better than what we had chosen for our original goal. The 3M scientist who invented the Post-it note famously was working to find stronger, tougher adhesives when he happened on a formula that created a lightly bonding adhesive that could be reused. It took him years to find a use for this seemingly inferior adhesive, and it didn't happen until he partnered with another scientist who needed removable bookmarks that stayed in place. The two scientists teamed up to make what eventually became Post-it notes. Very few of us end up where we predict. Something happens to change our plans. We pivot. We change course. We take advantage of unforeseen opportunities. Or we pass on opportunities offered to stay on our old course. The key is to keep your eyes and ears open to the possibilities and be willing to adjust your plans and goals to fit changing circumstances. Learn to use the power of pivoting to move yourself forward, even if it is not the direction you originally chose. Before we get to our interview with Jeff Wagner, let's pause for a word from our sponsor. Are you ready for a better way to sand? With 3M Xtract, sanding is virtually dust-free. The new 3M Xtract system includes new net sanding discs, random orbital sanders, and portable dust extraction units that capture up to 97% of the dust generated during sanding. Here's how it works. The net backing in the discs enables optimal dust capture through the vacuum sander, while ceramic 3M precision-shaped grain delivers an industry-leading cut rate. Want to learn more about the 3M Xtract clean sanding solution? Go to 3mxtract.com. That's 3mxtract.com. 3M Xtract, sanding reimagined. Now let's get to my interview with Jeff Wagner, Executive Chairman of CalPlant, talking about new developments related to Eureka, a new MDF board product made from rice straw waste. Today, our guest is Jeff Wagner, Executive Chairman of CalPlant, a company that has been working to develop a new MDF product called Eureka based on rice straw. Welcome back to the Woodworking Network podcast, Jeff.
Thank you, Will. Good to be back.
Now, your new product, Eureka MDF, was officially launched back in November 2020 with a state-of-the-art facility in Northern California after many years of development. But the pandemic has complicated rollout of the new product. And recently, CalPlant announced a restructuring plan. Can you tell us a little bit about that and update us?
Yeah, I sure can. Since last time we talked, obviously, we are launching a product that's never been done anywhere in the world before. And, startups of those nature are always challenging, as you know. I've been involved with a number of startups across North America, and they're always challenging. This one just has a unique set of challenges, primarily the fact that it's never been done anywhere in the world. So it's hard for us to look back and say, well, what did you do at a plant back in North Carolina? What did you do with a plant in Washington? Between ourselves and our partner SimpleCamp, we're working through a number of commissioning challenges, Will, that we're faced with. We're making progress every day, but it certainly has been a challenge and taken a lot longer than any of us thought. The pandemic was certainly not helpful. That's for darn sure. It shut us down for months and months during the initial commissioning phases. But we're also faced with other challenges besides just the pandemic. Yeah. So obviously, it takes money to be an innovator, and we've been out looking for additional funds to continue to help us get through the commissioning and ramp up. And our bondholders have been extremely supportive of this project. And we entered on October 5th, we entered into a plant support agreement with our bondholders. And to do that, we filed Chapter 11 that gave us, access to another $30+ million to continue to commission the facility and look for a potential buyer of the asset or look towards restructuring the debt to continue to give us the runway that we need to continue to ramp up the facility.
Now, what does the restructuring plan and your efforts to find a buyer mean for existing users of the product?
Look, I think we've done a fairly good job communicating that. I think there's a stigma that comes with the word bankruptcy.
And a lot of people don't understand the difference between a Chapter 11 and a Chapter 7 and that sort of thing.
Right. Yeah. This is a planned bankruptcy, so we went into it with a plan, and it was it's actually a good thing. You got to get your head wrapped around the fact that you say bankruptcy and is a good thing. You got to get your head wrapped around what that means. And for us and for our customers and our employees and our vendors, it means that we got a lifeline of cash to be able to continue to ramp up the facility. No impact to our employees. Employees get paid. All of our vendors that we didn't have a dispute with all got paid. Our customers still receive our product every day. And our customers have been extremely supportive of the product. They're excited to have the world's first rice straw MDF in their hands. And we continue to work with them as we continue to ramp up the facility. We also continue to work with our customers to develop the grades and the product and the quality they're looking for their applications. So,
what about on the supply side with the rice farmers and all?
Yeah, one of the things that the plant support agreement did for us, Will, was that they allocated enough cash in this funding to buy straw this year. We had no plans to buy straw this year because we didn't have the money to be able to do that. And as we speak, last week we started taking straw deliveries into the facility again, and that straw really, is straw that we won't use until 2022, late 2022 probably. So our bondholders are looking, not just at the short term, but the long term view as well. So I think our grower community, understands, the challenges of startup. I suspect at times they may get frustrated with us because of our up and down nature, but that's part of starting something up. And I think we're grateful to have them, and I think that in the long run we'll have a continued long-term strong relationship with our growers and our balers and our truckers in the area.
Well, I know that we've reported in the past that your goal is to be able to use annually 280,000 tons of otherwise non-recyclable rice straw from the region around the plant. Where are you in relation to that goal? It sounds like you're building a bank of materials.
Well, we if you were to drive by the facility or come by and visit us, you'd notice there's an awful lot of straw out there now. There's enough straw out there now to get us through all of the rest of 2021 and all of 2022. So we carry a large inventory of straw. Just, as you think about your raw material base, you've really only got 3 months to bring it in. And so our goal is to always have, 4 to 6 months of inventory in hand at the beginning of each harvest season.
Now, how does that level of production translate into MDF sheets or some other measure that the end user can understand?
So 280,000 tons of rice straw, we'll be able to produce about 140 to 150 million square feet of MDF at full capacity.
Wow.
And we expect to be at full capacity probably in 2.5 years from now. So we'll ramp up to that. Currently,
what are you running at right now, Jeff?
Yeah, we're running about 3 million feet a month right now. And each month we're forecasting to increase that as we continue to improve the reliability in the facility.
That sounds great. I'm sure this restructuring situation is a little disappointing, but what's been the level of support from your board and bondholders and all? You were saying at the beginning you thought they were really standing up for you.
Yeah, so our board and our bondholders, and it's our bondholders that have put up it's our senior bondholders that have put up the additional funds to get us into and through the restructuring period. And so they've been extremely supportive of us. I mean, they have the same belief that all of us at CalPlant have, that this is an innovative product. It's a startup. It's a new startup. It's had lots of challenges, more challenges than they wanted. It's cost more money than anybody wanted to have to spend on it. But they still believe that the long-term goal is for us to get this plant up and running and prove to the world that it will be and is a successful startup. I think the other thing to note, Will, is our employees have been extremely, extremely resilient and supportive. It's been a startup that's been well over a year delayed. We've been up and down. We've had to shut the plant down several times because of COVID. Lots of fits and starts, and now we announced that we're going through a potential restructure and potentially selling the company. All those words are scary to people until you really try to communicate and sit down and let them understand that that's actually a good thing for us. And I'm just so proud of our employees for being part of this and having the excitement to and the staying power to see this thing through to completion.
Well, I know when we talked last, I was personally excited about seeing the possibilities of this new product. What's your outlook for the long-term success of Eureka MDF?
Oh, I'm extremely positive. We're going to be successful. Right? We have to restructure the company to get there, but we're going to be successful. There's nothing out there that tells me that we're not going to be successful. We got to work through a number of issues with SimpleCamp, and we, SimpleCamp and CalPlant work, hand in hand to work through those issues. But we're going to get through it. There's the equipment that we have there is top rate, world-class quality equipment. The product that we're making now, just early in the startup, gives us, great hope, and not even hope. I would say it gives us great confidence that we'll continue to be able to improve the quality of our product. Our customers are excited about it. So, Saturday, we set a plant record. That's great. So, we celebrate every record we can get, small or large. We're going to continue to celebrate that, because I have a belief that success breeds success. And each day we take a step forward, and some days we take 2 steps forward and 1 step back, and some days we take 3 steps forward and none back, and some days we take 2 steps forward and 5 back. But it's like a woodworking operation. Yeah, exactly. But at the end of the day, we're making progress, and we've got, like as I said, we got great support from our customers, great support from our community and our employees, and with that kind of support, I see no reason why this won't be successful. What can you tell potential customers who have not tried the product yet, to encourage them to give it a try and build confidence in the rice straw product? Well, I guess I would, right off the bat, say, why wouldn't you try it? Why wouldn't you want to be part of something that is the most innovative product in the forest products industry in decades? I'm no spring chicken. And I've been involved in the forest products industry for well over 40 years. And, this has got to be one of the most innovative products come along into the marketplace that I've seen in decades. So I would say, give it a try. You're gonna fall in love with the concept. You're gonna fall in love with the product. We're not all the way to A grade product yet, but I think everybody that has tried our product and can certainly see the path to making Eureka A grade, the most innovative product in the marketplace. Well, that sounds good, and I know that I'm going to be following your progress on, and I do want to come out and visit the plant and see what's going on, and try a sample of the product too, because I do think it's exciting to take something that is a waste product that is not good for anything and has caused waste problems in the past, and turn it into a productive material. That's just a really great story. Yeah, it is a great story, and we appreciate your interest in it. And as I told you before, you're always welcome to come up and visit us. That sounds really good, Jeff. Well, I appreciate you following up with us and helping fill our audience in on the latest updates, and we will be following your progress. Thanks a lot. Okay, thank you. Have a safe day. You too. That's it for today. If you're looking for more of our podcasts, you can find all of them at woodworkingnetwork.com/podcasts and in popular podcast channels. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. Thanks again to today's sponsor, 3M Xtract. If you have a comment or topic you'd like us to explore, contact me at will.sampson@woodworkingnetwork.com. Thanks for listening.